Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the St. Johns County Show that's on in the afternoon. We've got a great show to end the week here today.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, man. We got Michelle Vijgen back in studio here with us, and Jen Lomberk here, the Matanzas River Keeper.
Doing good things for the water.
I know.
Yes.
These two are always teaming up and raising money for the Matanzas River Keeper.
Yes,
so
sir.
this is very exciting. We've got another one of those coming up. Another fundraiser coming up.
Yep.
So that's great. Happening now?
Yes, happening right
Happening
now.
now.
It literally
Okay.
just started.
Happening now.
It's happening now.
Okay.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Gosh. All right.
You can win some really cool stuff or get some gorgeous things too.
Yeah.
All the helping of our waters. I love that.
Yeah. It's great. I can't wait to talk to them about this. And of course, we've got your regular routine stuff
Yes,
as
sir.
well. It'll be great. We'll talk to the ladies here in just a second. As soon as we tell you about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. Since 1949, they've been more than just a dealership. They are a family-owned beacon of trust. And they're also, right now, doing their From America, for America program.
That's right.
Got it right on the afternoon show, Davey.
Excellent.
Jeez. Every single customer going to get employee pricing, and not just the discount that you get for working for a dealer, because that's really not much of a discount, honestly. It's like
right.
$20.
Right. What is that?
No. You get the same price that Ford executives buy their vehicles for, which is, that's the real deal. And anyone can take advantage of this. It's huge. Ford hadn't done anything like this in over 15 years.
Live like Letty.
There you go. Live like Letty. That's what they really should call it.
Yes.
Live like Letty.
Exactly. Loving that life with
That's
Letty.
great. So there you go. You got to stop by Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're also paying top dollar right now for trades because they are looking to replenish their used pre-owned vehicle lot. So top dollar for your trades. There's never been a better time to get into Bozard Ford Lincoln and get yourself into a new vehicle. You deserve it. Bozard Ford Lincoln, just off of I-95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission and they are driven to inspire. And our friends at the Bailey Group. You know, life is full of beautiful moments, watching your children grow, building a future with your loved ones, and creating memories that last a lifetime. But what happens when the unexpected occurs? At the Bailey Group, they believe that protecting your family's future is one of the most important decisions you can possibly make. And I agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
Their comprehensive life insurance solutions ensure that no matter what life brings, you and your loved ones are financially secure. The Bailey Group is here to help you provide for your family's future, lift the burden of expenses and outstanding debts, create lasting legacies for future generations. With decades of expertise, personalized plans, and a commitment to your well-being, they make life insurance simple, accessible, and tailored to your needs. Let's secure your family's tomorrow today. Don't waste any more time. You never know what happens in life.
Yeah.
At the Bailey Group, their motto is life, you live it, they protect it.
I love that.
Yeah. 904-461-1800. All right.
That
there
was
we go.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was Mark,
That was
right?
scary.
Right? Yeah.
Good for him. He wrote that.
Need a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Feel
Okay.
good now. All right, we're good. I'm back.
Mark Bailey, the poet laureate.
Who knew?
There you go. Wow. Michelle, Jen, how are y'all doing today? Good to see you.
Fantastic. Thanks for having us.
I'm great.
Absolutely.
I've had coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dropped my kid off of school.
Loving
There
it.
you go.
Ready for the real world. Let's do
All
it.
right. Well, it's almost time to pick up the kid. It's
Yeah.
3:00.
That's fair.
That's
Time
right.
flies. Oh, yeah.
That's
time
right.
flies.
Flynn,
Yeah.
just wait right there.
I'll be there in a minute, honey.
Mom will be there soon. Yeah. Hey, first big news, parking lot.
Oh, my
gosh.
gosh.
People can park
You
at
guys
your
have
place
no
again.
idea. That was drama.
Yeah.
That was real. So Publix is being renovated.
Right.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, I don't know where you've been, but for those of you who don't know, they demolished Publix,
Right.
right?
I didn't understand why they had to demolish the
I
whole
don't
thing.
either. They don't ask me the important questions. But anyways, so demolished Publix, and they're doing a parking lot renovation. And phase one is the hardest phase, and that was our side of the parking lot. And yeah, we were down to about 10 spots. Right there outside the businesses, and then everything in the center was torn up all the way down to the dirt. And they did a fabulous job. They told us 5 weeks. They got it done in 5 weeks. They gave a golf cart. We had a golf cart because if you had to park yonder, We make sure we get our guests.
You were literally
safely.
shuttling people.
We were shuttling people through the Publix parking lot on a golf cart.
Wow.
And it was so fun.
Yeah.
They had music.
Okay.
Two brothers were doing this. And I actually know their parents. They're great kids. One of the kids actually just signed to be a professional soccer player.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I knew him when he was a golf cart driver at Publix.
Wow.
That's right.
But great family. And we just had tons of fun. And like, they were just wonderful. They'll be back for phase 2. There'll be another phase. It will be on the other side near Taco
okay.
Libre. But guys, come take a joyride. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The spots are no longer on an angle. I never knew how excited I would be about that.
That's actually really great.
It's so
That
fun.
is.
I felt every minute of 45 right there when I said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very
I don't have to do
excited.
angled parking anymore.
Angled parking. The lights are super bright.
Okay.
I was there at night and I was like, this feels way safer than what we had before.
Right.
That's great.
Probably, first of all, the technology is better than when they installed the original lights, but there's more of them. I know that this has been a big question for a lot of our guests. They pulled out a lot of trees. Super disappointing, but they're all being replaced and even more will be going in. But that is the final once everything's done. So Publix will be up. They're doing a renovation through the entire plaza. So at some point we will all be under construction. We will still be open for business. So please do not forsake us. But it's gonna be a construction zone. It's gonna be hot and hard. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
Yeah.
The building that is the business that is adjacent to us, it's the old AT&T building, and the dentist office. They are being demolished.
Wow,
There's going to
really?
be a new structure put in place there, and I
Really?
just got permission to tell you guys what business is going on. Would you like to hear it first?
Ooh, breaking
Exclusive.
news.
I
Better be a
did
good one.
last week, and this is one of the reasons I thought we were coming on like last Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
And I made that mistake. And I'm like, well, if I push it, I might be able to announce this.
Perfect.
So last week I couldn't announce it. This week we can, but we are going to get a first watch breakfast restaurant next door to
How
us.
cool is
wow,
that?
okay.
Super, super exciting.
Boy, is that needed there. That's
so
great.
needed. Breakfast place on the island. So that section, that like awkward corner, is being demolished, and they're putting in a new structure right there. I don't know when. Sometime in the next 6 months, this will be happening. I don't have a better time frame. I think demolish will start happening maybe July, mid-July.
Hot. Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah, toasty hot. But great things are happening in our little plaza.
Talk
and we're
about
excited
great
about it.
things. This is what makes you guys the best. Top 200 in the country?
Yeah.
Talk
We did
about
it
this.
again. We did it again. I'm not going to lie, guys. I was sweating this one out. So you submit an application. You're invited to submit an application, and you've got to put all your information, and then I write the essays. So if we don't win,
It's on you.
it's my fault.
Yeah, right?
So I'm like, I've got this. And every year I've written them, and every year it's been fine, and we've won. And this year, the category that we submitted is announced last, and they announced the winners alphabetically. So it's a 2-day announcement for this category, and because we're panache, it's a P.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys know where that lands in the alphabet, but it's not as fun.
It's pretty late out there.
I just looked at Christy. I'm like, I don't think we won this year. I think we didn't win, and I'm devastated. Like, how am I going to tell the team? Like, we didn't win. Last day of the awards were announced, and I was like, oh, I can breathe again.
How
It was
amazing.
really,
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a
And
big
when's
deal.
the last time you guys wrote essays? Well, you,
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
you're right.
Never.
Pete, when is the last time you wrote an essay?
I didn't even write them in school. Every time there was a chance to write an essay, I skipped that day.
Like my face,
Especially when I had a car. Yeah, as soon as I got a car, no more essays.
No more essays.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sweating that one. But yeah, top 200, one of the top 200 salons in
Congratulations.
the nation. So,
Awesome.
and
That is.
the competition gets more fierce every year.
Yeah.
So we're proud of that one.
So let's talk about Earth Month. I didn't realize it's a whole month. It's a whole
we
month.
celebrate all month long.
Okay.
Like, why celebrate for a day
There you go.
when you can celebrate for a month?
Sure.
So we have for years aligned with Matanzas Riverkeeper. As an Aveda salon, we are called in the month of April to raise money for clean water. Our biggest international fundraiser is for clean water in areas of the world that don't have access to clean water. So that's the international level, but we also choose to do something. It's called Charity Water. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a great organization. But we do some of that, and we also choose to support a local riverkeeper, local waters, because let's face it, we are all on, near, by, around, surrounded by need clean water. And they do phenomenal work. So we've aligned with them over the years. This year we're selling orchids. Our salon is filled with beautiful orchids right now. You can purchase an orchid for $45, Or you can participate in our raffle. Our raffle is a beautiful basket. It's actually mildly beautiful. It would be more beautiful if somebody else had made it. I'm not a basket maker. However, it is filled with beautiful things.
That's all you need.
Valuable
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Threw me for a loop. But it has a $100 gift card to Michael's.
Oh, great.
It has a $100 gift card to La Nouveau.
Wonderful.
It has an ultimate spa day at Panache for the value of $350.
Ooh,
It has a diamond tennis bracelet from Blue Water Jewelry.
Damn.
It has a bottle of wine. It has a shampoo, tons of Aveda products, tons of Smashbox products. It's a huge raffle basket. There's just one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted one ticket, it's $15. If you want 3 tickets, it's $30. Or you can buy an arm's length of tickets, and we're bringing Davey in to measure yours.
Really? That's wow.
Yeah.
An arm's length is $45.
It's fantastic.
Or you can purchase an orchid and an arm's length for $65.
That's cool.
So there's the value. So $65. The money goes to Matanzas Riverkeeper. You are entered to win our raffle. You get a Davies arm's length of tickets.
That's awesome.
And you get a Today Come a Beautiful Orchid. The orchids are locally grown. They're from Green Cove Springs. We found a great provider that was local, so they're not being shipped in from somewhere far, far away, which would be against the whole idea of protecting the environment.
And tariff, but yeah,
there's that too. Anywho,
gotcha.
got it. That's what we're doing, and we would love for you to come by and participate and have fun with us and take home a beautiful orchid. Get a raffle ticket.
$65. That's great price.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
That is
And
so
you know,
easy.
there's not a lot of places you can walk in and put a charitable donation on your credit card.
Yeah.
We'll even do that.
Yeah.
And we're not
Yeah.
asking for cash only. You can make your charitable donation, and we love supporting Matanzas Riverkeeper.
Yeah.
It's important
awesome.
to us.
Put me down for 65 for sure.
We'll do. A sheriff, as he was walking out this morning when I got here long time ago,
Yeah.
he's buying 2 arms lengths.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Good for him
Heck
too.
yeah. So Jen, just remind for anybody out there just checking in, maybe they haven't seen you on our show numerous times before. What are they doing? They're slacking if they haven't.
That's on them.
But tell us what you do as a Matanzas Riverkeeper and why it's so important in our
Yeah,
area.
sure thing. So Matanzas Riverkeeper, we are a small nonprofit organization that protects our local waterways through advocacy, education, and community engagement. So that is everything from working on bills, because the Florida legislature is in session right now, to teaching children and adults how to be better stewards of our environment. We do water quality monitoring, and we take folks out on the water and to our coastlines to do cleanups. So
The litter getter.
The litter getter.
That is awesome.
So every
Yeah.
day is a little bit different, but the goal is drinkable, swimmable, fishable waters for everyone.
So Jen, what's our checkup? What's our waters looking like out there?
Our waters are better than a lot of places in Florida.
Okay, I'll take
Yep,
it.
yep. We can still harvest oysters out of our waters seasonally. And so we did a series of fundraisers throughout the winter. We called them Shuck for a Truck. We were fundraising to get a truck to tow the litter getter. Because we want to be able to do cleanups in farther places throughout our watershed.
Oh, cool.
And so you have to have clean water in order to have oysters, because oysters are filter feeders.
Right.
And so if there's pollution in the water, the oysters are ingesting that pollution. People are ingesting the oysters. It's not a good time for anybody. And so we are fortunate that we do still have water that's clean enough to support an oyster shell fishery. On the other hand, we are seeing some pollution levels creeping up. Particularly, we've got nutrient issues, so nitrogen and phosphorus. And that can come from places like wastewater treatment facilities, septic tanks that aren't working properly, or fertilizer. Residential fertilizer is a really big one. The same way that fertilizer helps plants grow in your yard and in your landscape, it can cause algal blooms in our water columns. And that can have some really nasty water quality impacts. I'm sure folks have seen some of the algal blooms down in Indian River Lagoon and some of the impacts down there. And so we're in a position where we have the opportunity to get out ahead of this and keep our waterways clean and healthy, rather than letting them get to that point and then trying to fix it after the fact.
So I had something interesting happen this week in the salon. Tom Petrillo, who's the owner of our distribution channel, Aveda, Florida, visited our salon, which is always exciting. I love showing off our phenomenal team. But we were talking about our fundraiser, and he said, "Let me tell you the ripple effect of your fundraiser. What we do in our salon inspired salons south of us to get involved with their river keepers, and they have made a huge impact in their Bay Area in water cleanup. And the cleaner our water is, obviously, the better it is for those downriver from us, right? So he was like, that a collaboration happened because of our collaboration and being inspired by that.
That's super cool.
Isn't that, and I didn't know that. Like, I learned that on Tuesday.
Wow.
And apparently
So
about
great.
2 years ago with our Big Love Your Mother, a salon down there's like, we can do this and we can partner with our river keeper.
Oh my gosh.
And so they've now partnered with your sisterhood keeper. And I was just like, a little drawn to tears about that. But I think it just goes to show we often hear like the pebble in the water ripple effect.
Yeah.
And that was when it was tangible. Like that was actually
That's
when I could
really
really
amazing.
relate to. So the work we did up here has inspired work south of us. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that is
Super
really
cool.
cool. So Jen, going back to this water conversation, people that are listening out there and they're worried about the fertilizer maybe that they're using, is there one that you could recommend, or how can people mitigate this?
So the best thing you can do, the absolute gold standard, is not to fertilize. Plant things in your yard that don't require fertilizer. We have a lot of really cool native plants in Florida that want to grow here and don't need that extra fertilizer.
Yeah.
But if you do have some plants like vegetables, certain flowers, they will need fertilizer occasionally. Make sure that you are applying it according to the directions on the bag. More is not always better in that situation, and make sure that you're not applying it right before it rains, because if you do that, the rain will essentially pick up a lot of that fertilizer and wash it out of your yard down our storm drains before the plants have a chance to ingest it.
That's okay. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Jeez. Okay.
The more you know.
I know, for real.
And that's what this is all about. It's not just about
Absolutely.
raising money, it's also about raising awareness, right?
Definitely.
And having the conversations and just keeping it on the forefront.
Yep. Nobody wants to pollute our water. If you know better, you can make better choices.
Yep.
Yeah. What are some of the other things? I mean, I know plastics are a big problem in the waterways and things like that. What, is there anything people can do to mitigate that? And how are you guys drawing attention to that?
Yeah, so Michelle mentioned earlier, we've got our program, The Litter Getter. She is a 24-foot Carolina skiff, and we take folks out into the estuary to do cleanups in some of those harder to reach places around our watershed. So on the spoil islands in the river, some of those marshy coastlines that you can't really get to by land. And we teach folks about single-use plastics, and we do cleanups. And yesterday we had a group from the PGA Tour out with us on the Litter Getter, and they actually found a dump site and ended up pulling about 500 pounds of trash out.
No way.
So they put in some work for us yesterday.
Wow.
But a lot of folks kind of have this mentality that when they see litter in the environment, they think it's a litter bug. Like it's that asshole that threw the cup out his window.
Totally.
And that's not usually the case. The issue is that we generate so much single-use plastic trash that we cannot manage it. Even if you put it in a trash can, if a raccoon gets into the trash can and dumps it over, or if it flies out of the back of the garbage truck when that truck's going over one of our bridges, that's how a lot of this trash is actually getting into our waterways. It's not intentional. It's accidental. And so reducing the amount that you're using, we always used to think that we're going to recycle our way out of this issue. Less than 10% of plastic is actually recycled. And so minimizing your consumption of single-use plastic is really the best approach to getting it out of our environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we also have worked heavily on at Panache is our Green Circle Initiative.
Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
So we, because it's Earth Month, we get a report of what that actually looks like. And last year, we diverted over 4,000 pounds of waste from a landfill. So how we're able to do that is we sort everything in the salon. Everything gets sorted from the hair. Aluminum has an infinite life cycle. Aluminum will never go away.
Really?
So all of our metals get sent to a factory that uses the metal to make bikes.
Oh, cool.
Our hair gets sent to a factory that is used to make hair boons for oil spills, bedding for shelters, beddings to go to places that have had a national disaster. All of our single use, any item, a cotton Q-tip, a wax strip, anything that is used one time in the salon, our plastic gloves, they go into a certain pile, and all of that gets sent to a factory where they're made, they're reduced to an alternative source of energy. So everything, we have diverted 95% of all of our waste has been diverted from a landfill, and we have now been declared carbon neutral.
That is incredible.
So our emissions from a hairdryer, your ride to our salon, all of the energy that we use, we are now carbon neutral, including your transport to the salon.
Wow.
Isn't that
I
amazing?
mean, you invested in that. This
That's an
wasn't something
investment.
that you were like, let's just do this. And no, you had to
And
really.
it's a training, right? And like color, if there's color left over in the color bowl at the end of the service, 3 years ago, we scraped that color down the sink, which now we know it goes straight to our waterways.
Yeah.
And things happen because of that, right? It's a chemical going into the waterway. So all of our color now is scraped into a special bag that gets sealed and sent to another factory where it's also burned to create an alternative source of energy, alternative fuels. So down to our color tubes. I think the color tubes is really, the color tubes in the hair are all of it is fascinating to me. But to think that the hair, imagine we sent 200 pounds of hair off last year.
200 pounds?
200 pounds of hair?
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, maybe not for you so much, but that's a lot of hair.
I'll take 200 pounds of hair.
You'd love 200 pounds of
Sure,
hair.
yeah. That's a big afro
I mean, it's
for me.
fascinating. He might have 200 pounds of hair back there.
He may. Rick may very possibly have 200 pounds of hair.
I love that. I love that. And it was a training effort, right? It's so much easier to just put it in a trash can than to sit there and sort things all day long.
Was this an Aveda training, or is this you had to hire a consultant? How did you do this?
We are aligned with a network called Green Circle, and it is designed in partnership with salons to help divert the waste.
Great organization. Yeah. Wow.
So, I mean, the color tubes alone, all of the metal, the aluminum that goes into a trash from a color tube, I'm glad that that's not going into a landfill.
Yeah.
So, and the hair specifically, when hair is put into a landfill and covered and starts to decompose or disintegrate, it lets off methane gas.
Sure.
Oh.
So it is a very harmful greenhouse effect from our hair. So having that not be in a landfill is a big impact on our greenhouse emissions.
Yeah. Wow. So what's the best way for people to support you guys in this collaboration during Earth Month?
You know what? We would love for you to come by the salon. I'd love for you to see the new parking lot.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
People got to do that regardless.
I never thought I could be so excited to have a parking lot, but I am. The white lines are so white right now. There's something satisfying in that. So crisp and clean. The blacktop is like really, really black and smooth. Anyways, I digress. Swing by the salon. Come check out the parking lot. Buy a raffle ticket. Buy a raffle, buy your orchid. If you want to make a charitable contribution, you can call us. We'll take your payment over the phone. You can send a check in. Whatever you'd like to do, we need the money by the end of April. The drawing will be May 1st.
And Jen, how is Matanzas looking? Volunteers? Anything shout out for the community that we could be more conscious of?
Yeah, I mean, we have a fantastic crew of volunteers. Our staff, we are 2 people. We are a small but mighty organization, and so we can do the work that we do because of our volunteers, because of our fantastic partners like the folks at Panache. And so I mentioned earlier, right now we are in the middle of the legislative session, and so our ask right now is we are encouraging folks to sign up for our advocacy action alerts. So when a good bill is going to be heard in a committee, or when a bad bill is going to be heard in a committee, we're sending out action alerts to try and get folks to call the legislators that are on those committees and encourage them to vote for clean water during that committee hearing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you for what you're doing.
I'm going to stop you for a second because I brought you guys gifts.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay. So for you, I brought a coconut sugar scrub from Eminence.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm a coconut fan. Thank you.
Ooh. Would you please pass this to my stone crop friend?
Is it the body scrub?
It's the body scrub. It's the body scrub. And this is for the man behind the mirror. We'll give that to him in a minute.
Right. Congratulations. Wow, Rick, you even got a present.
Coconut body scrub. Love the Eminence collection. They also align perfectly well with all of our initiatives. And then this is for Jen. I asked what she preferred. This is my favorite sunscreen. Reef safe. Smells delicious. It's zinc based, but does not leave white paste all over you. Would you please pass that down?
That's so nice because I can't tell you. I feel like I'm in a 90s commercial sometimes.
I brought the
so
sample. I don't know if anybody wants to smell.
I do.
Take one down and pass it on. Give a good smell on that. This is my personal one that I have not used yet, but because I love you so much, Davey, I'm going to give you this one. You can have it.
I love fancy friends.
That's just a very clean.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
this is Lilikoi. So they're both Lilikoi, but this one's the daily defense. This is the SPF. This is a 40. This is for daily use facial, right? And it is also blue light. So it's anti-pollutant and blue light protection. It smells amazing.
So the lights in here essentially could be protecting
Protecting you. No more crow's feet for you. That's for him to keep. You can keep that.
Excited.
Does blue lights give you crow's feet?
Blues, I mean, there's some, over time.
That's why I wear sunglasses in here. That's the real reason.
You know. Here you go. Now you know. Right. So we also have 2 of my new favorite products. This is a daily defense. This is an SPF 50.
Okay.
And it's a tinted moisturizer.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is it a pumper or is it a roll-on?
It's a...
Oh, it is. Nice.
All right.
Perfect.
So...
A little bit of tint goes a long way.
Tint.
That's really nice.
There you go.
Right.
Beautiful.
Easy peas.
Nice.
Anyone can use this. Anyone can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Smells great.
Awesome.
No problem. And then for application throughout the day, this is a mineral-based powder. This is sheer,
Okay.
but it has an SPF in it as well.
Oh, that's great.
And all of Eminence's SPF, they're reef safe.
Okay.
So super important as well. And we have this handy dandy find your shade.
Okay.
So the powder comes in an array of shades. You can scan the QR code and it helps you find the right shade for you. So we love partnering with Eminence as well. We've planted over a couple hundred trees through them over the last year. And we love that their sunscreen is reef safe. Also important when we're talking about the waterways. All right.
Fabulous.
Thank you all so much for coming in. I always learn so much when y'all come in here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of important work.
Doing the great stuff. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Like Michelle said, we're surrounded by water. It's our life. So this is great that we can take care of
And
it.
inspiring partnerships across the state to
Yeah.
help do this with other
that
waterways is really awesome.
That was cool.
It really is.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Love it.
We also love our friends at the Old Town Trolleys.
Yes, sir.
Where you can sit back and relax as their licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm while you experience unforgettable views aboard their open-air trolleys. You're going to enjoy the city's European flavor, the brick-lined streets, and the sights such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel, and many more. It's a 90-minute tour that features 22 stops, covers more than 100 points of interest, and guests can use their ticket all day for on and off reboarding. Trolley ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, free shuttle service to many area hotels, and free access to the St. Augustine Beach bus shuttle service. Old Town Trolley, we love them. They're the green trains. You'll love them too.
And we love Steve Chapman's All-American Air. They've been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County for over 45 years. They take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. All-American Air can match any price, but no one can match their quality and their service. Our friends at All-American Air will take exceptional care of your home unit. You got to ask yourself, when's the last time somebody came over? Make sure everything's running efficiently. Well, get on one of those maintenance plans. They'll take care of you. 904-461-0070.
And, of course, our friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar, where you can go out, enjoy the day with friends, just hang out and sip a few bottles of wine. Some of the best wine from across the entire planet. It's a really great place. If you haven't checked it out already, you are lame. I mean, you are.
That's
I mean,
true.
you just are.
What are you
just
doing? Yeah.
You just, you don't know how to treat yourself to a good time.
That's it.
Over 95 wines to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And great atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you can take a few bottles of wine home if you want to. Bin 39, 4 St. George Street, 827-5740. All right, it's horoscope time.
Ooh.
Capricorn and Pisces on deck today. Capricorn, we're going to start with you. Today, work as if you're a hamster in an endless wheel, going nowhere, but still committed to spinning. The painstaking plans you've crafted will unfold like someone else's bad soap opera. And you'll find it difficult not to curse under your breath today.
Yeah.
Your ambition today runs into more roadblocks than a traffic jam on I-95. I threw in the I-95 part.
That was nice, though.
Yeah, leaving you with metaphorical flat tires.
Oh, wow.
As you valiantly trudge on, remember, persistent effort seldom can undo fate's wretched humor.
Mm-hmm.
Grin and bear it, Capricorn. After all, you know no day is complete unless it proves you right about your skepticism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pisces.
Uh-oh, here you are.
Dear Pisces, swim on today through the muddy waters of indecisiveness, glimmering until you misunderstand everyone's intentions. Your escapist tendencies won't help when reality snatches you with a firm grip.
Wow.
Snatch. Every effort to find calm encounters in a storm. Wow, I just skipped a whole line there.
Oh, whoopsie-doodle.
Every effort to find calm encounters a storm in a teacup.
Mm-hmm.
Storm in a teacup?
Clouds in your coffee.
Oh,
Charlie
yeah,
Simon.
sure. Okay. Leaving you to wade through half-baked ideas and confusion. Fully baked.
Yeah.
Prepare for whimsical dreams that wake to the nightmare of unwashed dishes and lost socks.
Hey, this is really up your alley here.
That's right up my alley. Sometimes drifting off with your head in the clouds feels better than watching the messy spectacle below. Just remember to surface for air before life's tide sweeps you away completely. There we go.
You
all right?
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah.
All right, just checking in. That was all right. Hey, lifeguards are needed this summer, 2025. No experience is necessary. They have a flexible academy opportunities March 16th through April 19th. So they're going through it now. There's also another one May 4th through the 17th. Starting pay is around $18.11. Don't forget that 11. To $22 an hour. You'll be paid to attend the academy as well. This is pretty awesome paramedic and EMT initiative. So yeah, check that out. St. Johns County Marine Rescue.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hey, Mother's Day weekend. There's a beach cleanup party. Show some love for Mother Earth, as we've been talking today. St. Augustine Beach Pier Park Pavilion. We know where that is. Check out ourmothersstewards.org. I'll put link in comments. But yeah, May 10th. 5 to 7 p.m. I mean, what a great way to clean up the beach with your mom and have a beautiful moment. So yeah, check that out. Beach cleanup party happening.
All right, there you go.
Ooh, and O'Malley's is doing Naughty Bingo Sunday, April 13th with my bestie, Carissa T. Wade is back with her fabulous over-the-top, adult-only 21 and over, bingo. First and third Sundays every month, $10 for the card pack to play. Plus starts around 8 p.m. Reservations are strongly recommended. Call 904-825-4040. Show contains, of course, adult content. Super excited. It's a hysterical fun night. So yeah, April 13th, 8 o'clock p.m. over at Ann O'Malley's.
All right.
And Panache, every guest, every time. We heard her today since 1987. Get on those books today. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I've got some absurd design fails today.
Okay.
So putting on this arthritis cream is such a cruel joke, right? I mean, like how they can't even barely move it. It says lift up here. It's
yeah,
my fingers hurt.
Ouch.
Next up, these are some love handles.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's unfortunate placement there. Yeah, poor girl.
Very interesting.
This next one, this ad, take action, take control, quit school.
Hey, that's what I did.
For smoking.
Oh.
It's a school for quitting smoking, but that's a horrible ad, right? Terrible. And next up, spoiler alert, just letting you know, this is the birth of Christ, and then he's also crucified in the background there.
Yeah, I must have done that one.
Whoopsie doodle.
Yep.
Next up, from what hell was this retrieved?
Oh, God.
Good gracious.
Jeez.
God, Windex on that one? Next up, Kinder Apples, the bag of apples with a character that got poisoned by an apple. So really know. Why would we put her there? Yeah. Next up, if you see someone drowning, LOL.
Jesus. And don't forget to record it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what everybody does. They laugh and they record tragic situations.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Next up, we cut kids. Oh, wow. We cut girls, we cut men, and we cut kids. The kid doesn't even look happy there.
No.
Jeez, find a new one. Next up.
Yeah, why couldn't you put a picture of a happy kid on there?
Right? True. Next up, to be in the Christmas spirit, right? It's just jump for joy. just happiness there. Wow.
Jeez.
And finally today, why would you want to shame someone for tuna? I'm so confused on this one.
Tuna shamed. Oh, boy.
It means unashamed.
Yeah.
Go in peace, everybody.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you Monday.
Bye, guys.